When I run in nature, I just feel like my whole self. I feel like I know exactly who I am, and it's so easy to do when you're in such a beautiful place and amongst the trees and amongst the mountains. Approaching races in high school and college, I was just so nervous. My stomach hurt so bad, I just had so much pent-up anxiety. And so going into races, I just had this dreadful feeling. My life in Boston was basically just running. It was going to practice every day, and that's it. I didn't know who I was and what I wanted, and felt like I was drowning basically the whole time. I'm so happy that I moved out here because it makes you realize that running is just a small part of my life, and I don't need to take it so seriously. When my dad passed, I looked back on his life and realized how much he just cared so much about providing for his family, and he worked so much and wasn't super happy. I know that bringing his family happiness is something that made him very proud, but he worked and worked and worked, and I didn't want that to be my life. I wanted to enjoy every minute of my life, and I wanted to enjoy the work that I do, and running is something that I enjoy so much. When I was there living in Boston, it made me realize how life is so short and you can't take it for granted, and why be in a place or be in a situation where you're miserable. So living here, there's a lot of tasks that you need to do, like getting water and just focusing on the solar panels, and just a lot of little things that you don't normally do in real life, or modern day life, I would say. For the water, we have to drive down a couple miles and fill up our 5-gallon water jugs, bring them back up here, and then use them for washing the dishes and the septic system and showering. I think we get caught up in all the, materialistic things, and we lose a sense of ourselves. I used to be such a slave to the watch. I learned to really just take the watch off and run free. I just know how to be in the moment now, and being in the moment and running, I think, is the most important thing. When I step outside and I see the mountains and all the nature, it just gives me such a greater insight into how this world works. I finally have figured out who I am and what I want out of life.